So today we're going to talk about the impact of artificial intelligence on real estate investing and real estate wholesaling specifically. But before we jump in today's episode, if you have not been over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, I've got a free gift there for you, and that is the Next Level Wholesaling Assessment. If you want to make more money in less time and have a lot more fun doing it, take the assessment. It's going to rate you in the 4 core areas of your wholesaling business. It's going to absolutely just give you the next step that you need to take to really get off that treadmill, to have a wildly profitable wholesaling business. And you just got to take it. I take it every single quarter, and I try to get better every single time I take it. So go to nextlevelwholesaling.com, totally free, and hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what your score is or what you see as that next step for you. All right, so I feel like AI, artificial intelligence, is the hot topic, right? Everyone's talking about what is AI's impact on real estate investing, and my thoughts may surprise you. And so I thought, hey, instead of me coming up and talking about initially what AI is going to do to real estate investing, I actually asked ChapGPT. Now, if you don't know what ChapGPT is, it is the most popular platform that people are using for artificial intelligence. And I highly recommend that you actually do download the app. There is a free version. And I said, hey, ChapGPT, tell me about AI's impact on real estate investing. And it gave me let's see here, 11 answers here. And I'm going to address each one of these and tell you my thoughts. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my overarching opinion, if that's fair. So number 1, it says property valuation and market analytics. So it says AI can analyze vast amounts of data, including property prices, rental rates, economic indicators, and local market trends to provide more accurate property valuations and market predictions. And I do think that AI will help wholesalers in general come up with tools that will enable them to find out what a property will sell to a rehabber, right? Right now, we use Redfin or Zillow, or maybe you're using a tool like PropStream, and you look at 3 comparables and it spits out a number. But in a way, we already have that, right? There's Zillow's estimates and there's Redfin's estimate. And so it is, AI can certainly help in that area. Maybe those valuations may become more accurate in what you could sell a property to a rehabber. And maybe if you decide to do novation, like I've talked to on this podcast, it may help there. Time will tell. All right. Number 2, risk assessment. AI can assess the risk associated with a real estate investment by analyzing factors such as location, demographics, crime rates, and environmental conditions. What I like about this is if you are a buy and hold landlord, it can tell you the future prospects of that area. And so people who are looking to hold a property long-term, this might be a phenomenal tool. And so I like it for that. As for real estate wholesalers and investors, you may be able to upload a property inspection to artificial intelligence. Actually, you could do that right now, and it will tell you basically the approximated cost to fix those things. So I kind of like that. You could take, again, a PDF or copy and paste the text from a property inspection and ask artificial intelligence what the approximate cost. I think rehabbers, if they're buying a property from you, are still pretty good at that. They're still going to have to come up with that decision, but still things will get faster and easier. 3, predictive analytics. AI-driven predictive models can forecast property appreciation, rental income, and vacancy rates. I already addressed that a little bit. Number 4, property management. AI-powered property management platforms can streamline tasks such as tenant screening, rent collections, and maintenance scheduling. I am pretty excited about this one because it'll help you analyze tenants and rental rates and where rental rates are going. And again, this is not something that you can't do now, but it's going to drastically reduce the amount of labor, or it could remind you to do something if you're self-management. So a lot of the things that property managers do, right, AI can start to do for you. And I think the price of property management may come down over time. All right, 5, chatbots and customer service. This one, actually, I'm pretty excited about. I know some of these exist, but you can actually put a chatbot on your website to interact with motivated sellers, right? If someone emails you or they're on your website and they ask a question, AI can certainly chat. We're not at a spot right now where AI can actually have sales calls for you. I don't think that's ever going to be replaced. And I'm going to address that here at the end of the podcast and on how you can outsmart AI. The rise of the machines may happen, but the people who know how to sell, I got something special there for you here at the end. 6, portfolio optimization. AI can help investors diversify their real estate portfolios by identifying opportunities across different markets and property types. I like this because if you are looking maybe to invest in a different asset class, like for me, I like mobile home parks, but there's self-storage, there's apartments, there's boat yards, there's commercial, industrial, there's flex, there's office space, right? And so what I really like about this is that this again will catch trends over time. Let's see here. I'm going to skip number 8. It says it talks about property recommendations, so we talked a little bit about that. 9, property inspections and maintenance. Again, I talked about how you could upload a property inspection, but again, you could upload the property history and the maintenance history of a property, and it could probably give you some recommendations of what things might be coming up and ready to fail. I really, really, really like that, right? If you take a property history and all the receipts and all of the repairs that have been over time, you upload that to AI, it might be saying, hey, you know what? Those cabinets might be failing here, or the plumbing system, might be failing here. You might want to jump at that. So I do like that. Number 10, fraud detection. AI can assist in detecting fraudulent activities such as mortgage fraud or misrepresentations of property information. I don't know specifically how that would apply to wholesalers. Maybe it might catch things that maybe a seller wouldn't tell you, but for wholesalers, I'm going to say, that's not really too relevant. 11, data-driven decision making. Now, this one actually is one of the ones I'm most excited about, because if you could take a list of motivated sellers, or let's say non-motivated sellers, right, and put this into AI, and then eventually AI gets smarter and it can pull out the most likely motivated sellers, I think this can save you time. All of these things sound really, really, really cool. And I love tools, right? I think the more tools that you have in your toolbox, the better. But where the rubber meets the road is your ability to meet with, connect, identify, negotiate with, and close a motivated seller on doing business with you. AI operates on logic, right? That's logic. And I can tell you in this business, people do business with us based on emotion, right? Human to human, a feeling, a thing about a property that they just don't like. I don't know about you, but I train all of our acquisition specialists. And if you are a listener of this podcast, I can tell you that almost all sellers know exactly what their property is worth when we sell to them. And they know that they're leaving a portion of equity on the table for speed and convenience and just that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling that we give them, right? The highest price is not the most important thing to them. It's the feeling that they get when they get this problem and their monkey off their back. And in my opinion, AI cannot replace that. And so your ability, I think artificial intelligence is going to replace a lot of jobs, I think real estate agents may become more and more irrelevant. I think property management companies will get condensed to only the very best. I think bookkeepers over time, I think, again, only the best will survive there. I think a lot of that workload is going to be taken over by AI. I think that contractors, the supply chain will get cheaper in terms of products and what they cost to make and deliver. And so I'm really, really excited about that. But meeting with and negotiating with and talking to motivated sellers, that is where the money is made. And that is something that, in my opinion, will never, ever get replaced, because a seller buys on emotion. When a seller sees you eye to eye, and I know people can, do business over the telephone, and that's great. And you certainly can connect with a seller over the phone, but your ability, again, to talk to a seller and negotiate a price with them is probably one of the most powerful skills that you can have. And so if you're worried about AI replacing you in the future, if you work on your sales skills, your acquisition skills, your ability to communicate, you cannot be stopped. All of this AI stuff, that's great. I think it's good tools, and I think it'll make your life easier as a real estate investor, but you better know how to negotiate. You better know how to sell. You better know how to do big, fat, juicy deals and work on that mindset, because the people who understand that in the next 10, 15, 20 years are the ones going to be making the big money. I don't want you to get distracted with all these tools. People are like, oh, AI this and AI that. Meanwhile, they are not selling. And by selling, I mean talking to motivated sellers, making the calls, connecting, negotiating, solving problems, and helping people. Because when you do that, you're going to make big money. That being said, if you haven't invested in the no limits selling system, I tell you what, AI ain't gonna replace that. People don't want to talk to a robot, right? So I highly recommend that if you haven't, check out the No Limit Sales System. Go to nolimitsalessystem.com. Learn how to sell, learn how to connect, learn how to do big, fat, juicy deals, learn how to compress that sales cycle so that people will do business with you sooner if they're going to, or you can remove them from your prospect list if they're not going to. And finally, have more fun in the process. Remember, AI is just a tool to make you more efficient. I hope you can use it. I plan on using it. Hey, heck, I even used it to get the most of the content for the podcast today. But at the end of the day, right, it took someone with experience to tell you that AI isn't the answer. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have not been over nextlevelwholesaling.com, take that assessment. And by the way, if you have a different use for AI, I would love to hear from you, right? So you can hit me up at Todd Toback and let me know how you're using AI in your real estate investing business. Maybe I'll give you a shout out on the podcast, or you can always send an email to support@nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com. Would love to hear from you. And don't forget to head over to nextlevelwholesaling.com and take that assessment. And I will talk to you on the next episode.